Okay, a little bit of knife handling now. We're going to prepare our fruit for our fruit tarts. Okay, generally most fruit require top, tail. Okay, get rid of those and then stand it up, and we want to keep a nice round shape to it. Being a chef, I often use my cook's knife for just about everything. It might be a little bit easier / feel a little bit safer to do this process with a paring knife or a slightly smaller knife, but again I prefer my cook's knife for most of the stuff. That can go off into the compost. Beautiful. And then at this stage we want to decide, do we want segments, wedges, or do we want to do what we call shingling it, in which case we're going to cut through and just keeping a nice even spacing, and we're just going to end up with beautiful shingled golden kiwi fruit. Okay, so as I say, that pretty much works for all round fruit. I'll do very similar for a feed jar because the tree is going crazy at the moment. Alright, just wipe that knife and give the board a quick wipe as well. Now the orange. Okay, so again, top and tail. When you do this, beautiful homegrown oranges, so they're a little bit rustic, a little bit thicker pith, a little bit segmented pith. We want just the fruit, so the pith is quite bitter, the zest is quite spicy, I guess would be a word, zesty. We just want the fruit, so again we're coming around the orange to get rid of the pith. And the zest. Now generally with this I will try, if possible, to take the zest off the outside with a zester first, because it's got some amazing flavour that's a little bit wasted if we just do it like this. But it does add that beautiful orange flavour without adding the liquid, so it's great for certain dishes. Okay, at this stage we're just going to turn it over just to make sure that I've gotten rid of all of that pith. Take the pith. Okay, so we've got nice clean segments because our fruit tarts, fruit flans, the fruit wants to be the hero of the day. So knife next to the board. Try not to leave stuff on the board or it gets in the way. Now what we're going to do, smaller knife, we're going to come in next to the segments because those bits will be quite chewy. We're just going to run in and twist. Okay, and then next to the segment on there, come in, twist. And you can see that we end up with these beautiful segments of orange with no chewiness, just beautiful, fresh, juicy, very juicy orange. Now, if I was going to be making a fruit salad or something similar, or even a sugar syrup, I might make a poaching syrup for my pears, for my frangipane tart. I would keep this wastage, i.e. the core of the orange, and I'll just squeeze that, and it's got so much juice in it, so much goodness. You don't really want to get rid of it, but that would be good for, like I say, a fruit salad. The orange acidity will keep it from any of the other apple or banana from going brown. Now at this stage, I just want to make sure that they're the right size. This one's a little bit bigger, so I'm just going to slice that. You can see how it really does help to have sharp knives and the correct knife for the job, because the knife does all the cutting. I just tell it where to cut. Okay, you can trim off that little bit of pith if you want, make it perfect. this stage, obviously, if there are any pips or seeds getting in your way, you want to discard them. Okay, so just the bigger pieces of orange you can see. I have done this with a mandarin before. What a pain in the buttocks, because they are quite small, but there we go. Now I'm going to continue, as I said, the Feijoa I'm going to do very similar to the kiwi fruit, into circles or rounds. Oh, the OCD is cracking, one of them was facing the wrong way. Okay. There we go. Right, so orange, kiwi fruit, grapes. All I'm going to do is halve them. I have peeled them before, but basically half, maybe quarter some, and they'll fill gaps a little bit nicer. Later when we need them, we can halve some. You want an even amount of each, halves and quarters. Obviously you're going to end up with an even amount, so unless you go and nibble some. Strawberries, similar sort of thing, give them a good wash. The green makes it look pretty, but you can't really eat it. We don't really want anything that's not edible. A couple of things we could do with a strawberry, we could cut it in half, and then we could fan it, but then it's going to be, that's if you want it to be the star of the show. So if it was a strawberry tart, I'd probably fan all of the strawberries out. Otherwise, it's probably going to make more sense just to cut slices. Or, because that is uneven, like you've got a smaller piece and then a larger piece, the other way is possibly to cut wedges, and that way each piece of strawberry is the same size, and it's all about appearance in this product. Okay, so we're going to go for those wedges. The fruit flan is very much eaten with the eyes before it's eaten with the mouth. Okay, so I'm going to continue. I've got a Tamarillo here. They're quite messy to peel, but I'm going to give that a peel and segment, and I'm going to slice some Feijoa as well. Okay, happy days. Okay, next, knife handling. We're going to do apples. So the quickest, easiest way, especially if you're doing quite a bit, I'm making up a fruit compote today, basically stewed fruit, because I've got some nectarines that were a little bit too floury. So first of all we peel. You can, some people take the top and the bottom off, but I find this is the least wastage. And then I find the quickest, easiest for the greatest yield is just next to the core. Instead of using a corer, which half the time misses anyway, so all of the seeds, the stuff we don't want is in there. And now you can dice your apple, just cut, and you'll get a nice even size dice. I like my apple dice this small, so you can do it a little bit bigger, obviously, a little bit more rustic, but this size is really good for things like fruit pies, apple pies, because it's not quite so chunky. Alright, so again, bam, so now we've got nice even thickness through and through. That is apple. The reason I put this to the side is every now and again, like the bottom part is quite nice. We don't want any skin, but minimal wastage. Okay, bam. So that is apple. Some people put their diced apple into water with a little bit of lemon juice in it. If I was just doing apples, I would do it that way, but if I'm doing a compote, I would make up the sugar syrup first. So that's just some raw sugar dissolved in water. I've put a little bit of star anise in just for a little bit of something something, and maybe a bit of vanilla. But yeah, I'd put it straight in there, and that way the sugar will stop the apple from oxidizing and going brown. So this is my nectarine, and most stone fruit is the same. We're going to start off the same as we did for our apple by peeling it from top to bottom. Obviously these ones are nice and firm. If you're using very ripe nectarines, it's going to be a different scenario, but we're just going to get the skin off. The other way you can do this is cook it and then strain it, obviously, and get rid of that skin. So I don't mind a little bit of skin. So most stone fruit I'll do similar. So now I'll grab my small knife. So this is a large paring knife, and you probably use a similar technique for your avocados, but I just go around one way and then around the other way, and then when you twist it should come away from the stone, and the stone can go away, and then it is just like the apple. So we're just going to cut this way. Every chef has a slightly different technique for cutting things, so there is, you know, I'm not saying this is the only way. This is the way I find works nice and quickly and efficiently, because that's what it's about. No one wants to spend all day in the kitchen. Cheers.